Daniel Sperling, director of the Institute of Transportation Studies at UC Davis, talks about how the California Air Resources Board is consolidating conventional pollutants with CO2 to meet future climate targets.
The California Air Resources Board is responsible for air quality in California. Now, historically, we defined air quality as local air pollution. And a number of years ago, we started broadening the definition of air quality to take into account greenhouse gases and climate change. So now what we are doing at the Air Resources Board is thinking about how do we include this mission of greenhouse gases and CO2 with the other pollutants. And we are adopting policies and programs that do both. And so for vehicles, we are consolidating our greenhouse gases with our conventional pollutants into one program now. So now we regulate the vehicle in terms of hydrocarbons and carbon monoxides and CO2. And so as part of that now, we also, and what the regular standards do, performance standards do, is they send a signal to the auto industry that I have to continue reducing the greenhouse gases, continue improving the fuel economy of vehicles over time. The problem is with the advanced technology, we got to kickstart it. We got to get it going because the auto industry doesn't have enough incentive to invest in it just by itself, with some exceptions. And so what we've done with the zero-emission vehicle program, which was historically premised on local air pollution, is we've now shifted it so that the motivation for it, the justification for it, is as much or more greenhouse gases. And it's very useful because what's happened with air pollution is, with cars, is they've gotten cleaner and cleaner. And now the new cars are very close to zero emissions. And so in terms of conventional pollutants, but they are not in terms of CO2. So for a zero-emission vehicle program, we get a lot more bang for the buck. We're going to have much more benefit if we focus on the CO2 part of it rather than the other pollutants. And so as we move towards the future where we do need electric vehicles, plug-in hybrids, fuel cell vehicles to meet our future greenhouse gas targets, our future climate targets, we need to make sure that that advanced technology gets going, is kick-started. So the role of the zero-emission vehicle program is to, in a sense, create a floor for the car industry, for the car companies, the major car companies, to make sure that they do invest now so that in a number of years when we really need them to meet the more stringent CO2 reduction goals, that the technology will be available. Because it takes time. Cars turn over slowly, the market penetration is low, so you don't get started now, you're not going to get there in the future.